One country, one people, torn apart forever. For centuries, Korea stood united, until one fateful decision drew an invisible line through its heart. Brothers became enemies. Families were separated. A land once whole was split in two. But how did this happen? Who was responsible? And why, even after decades, do North and South Korea remain divided? In this video, we'll uncover the dramatic story behind Korea's division. A tale of global superpowers, war, and an enduring divide that shaped the modern world. Stick around as we dive into the events that split a nation and forever changed the course of history. The Korean Peninsula, once a single, united land under ancient dynasties, was a place of shared culture, language, and history. For centuries, Koreans thrived together, weathering storms of invasions and revolutions. But the mid-20th century brought a fracture that would redefine the region forever. In 1910, Korea fell under Japanese colonial rule, an era of oppression and hardship. When Japan surrendered at the end of World War II in 1945, a glimmer of hope emerged for Korean independence. But instead of unity, Korea became a pawn in the emerging Cold War. The victorious Allied powers divided the peninsula into two occupation zones. The United States took control of the South, while the Soviet Union occupied the North. The dividing line was drawn at the 38th parallel, initially intended as a temporary measure. Yet, as time passed, the ideological gap between the two halves widened. In the North, under Soviet guidance, Kim Il-sung rose to power, building a communist state with a strong military focus. In the South, Syngman Rhee, backed by the U.S., established a democratic government, though rife with political challenges. By 1948, both regions had declared themselves independent nations, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, and the Republic of Korea, South Korea. Tensions quickly boiled over. Each side claimed to represent the legitimate government of the entire peninsula. Then, in June 1950, North Korean troops crossed the 38th parallel, igniting the Korean War. The conflict drew in global superpowers, China supporting the North and the US-led United Nations backing the South. For 3 brutal years, the peninsula became a battlefield of devastation and death. In 1953, an armistice was signed, ceasing active combat but leaving the two Koreas officially at war. The agreement established the Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, a heavily fortified border that stands to this day as a stark reminder of the divide. While North Korea embraced isolation and militarization under its authoritarian regime, South Korea pursued democracy and rapid economic growth. Decades later, the two Koreas remain worlds apart, one shrouded in secrecy and control, the other vibrant with freedom and innovation. And yet, amid the differences, whispers of reunification linger. Families separated by the divide dream of reunion, and the world watches, wondering if the peninsula might one day heal its historical wound. The story of North and South Korea is one of division, resilience, and the enduring hope that, someday, the 38th parallel will no longer separate brothers and sisters. Thank you for watching this video. For more stories, please don't forget to subscribe.